What's up, everyone, and welcome to Not So Local Game Store. Think of us as your local game store, just online. We have all your favorite Magic, Pokemon, and Lorcana sealed products, along with singles, and a growing Discord community where you can hang out, discuss deck ideas, join events, all from the comfort of your own couch in your pajamas. We hope to provide you the same experience as a local game store without the awkward small talk or commute. This is the last week before Final Fantasy comes to Magic the Gathering, and I'm not going to lie, I am overly excited. But we decided here at the store that for that, our last week of content before Final Fantasy, where you'll be getting as many random, interesting decks as we can get. We do normally pull decks from our Discord, so if you join that, you can put it in the forums, and we can try to pull decks from there. But we're going to play the top 7 decks in Standard from Tarkir Dragonstorm. I have the percentage that I pulled from MTG Top 8, and then we're going to play the decks until they lose 2 games. So you could get videos that are 15 minutes long. You could get videos that are an hour and a half long. We're going to see. Ranks also just reset, so we'll do this as kind of our push towards Mythic as well. But we're going to start with the biggest percentage deck and then go from there. So like always, if you enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends and family, all that fun stuff, and let's get into it. So our first deck, which was 25% of the standard meta based on MTG Top 8. Now, these numbers will fluctuate in the next 2 days, and it depends on when you look. But from when I look to get this information, is it Prowess or is it Cutter, whatever you want to call it? Obviously, Cori Steel Cutter has really taken over the meta. There are plenty of people who are asking for it to be banned, along with, my co-founder and all of this, Jeremy or Big Germ, who hates this card to death and thinks it's worse than Bitter Blossom, which is kind of crazy, but that is his thoughts. But there's not really much to say about this list. There's nothing special. You play Swift Spear. Drakecatcher is kind of the newest addition S card, which is just a prowess that when it hits, you can then take 3 counters off of it, and you get a counter for each damage and make a flying Drake. It's just another way to make tokens. Show off, and then just as many 1-drop spells as you can. So Flood Maw, Op, Sleight of Hand. The one Spell Pierce is always funny to me, especially since we just play more Spell Pierces in the sideboard, but it is what it is. Storm Chaser's Talent, again, another very good enchantment that has hit the meta, and then Stock Up. Our top end is a stock up. So there's not much to say here. We're going to run as many games as we can here. I don't know how far it's going to go. But like I said, once we lose 2, it's over. So I'm going to try my best. We're going to do all best of 3s. I'm going to try my best to not to get greedy. But especially with Cutter, I tend to. So we'll see what goes on. So let's get into some games and see how many games we can win. Alright. I mean, Swift Spear, Cutter, Talent. I've never said no to I've never said no to the best starting hand in the game. See what we're playing against. I think we're going second. So they could duress us here. Yep. They're gonna take Odd Cutter, which is fine. They might be able to take both. Mono Black discard has been showing up a lot lately. To try and deal with Cutter. Just cuz. I mean, everyone's trying to deal with Cutter, right? Oh, they kept a 1-lander. Well, I am so sorry, but this game's over. If you keep a 1-lander, it's GG's. Like, it really doesn't matter. Okay. Well, I don't know why we kept a Swamp and Duress, but sure. I don't really know what they're playing, so I don't really know what to do here. I think we're going to cut the Burst Lightning, cut the Ire, and play 2 more Spell Pierce, because I assume this is Mono Black discard. We cannot keep this hand. We can keep this hand. We can go Swift Spear into Opt if we don't draw land. They could have cut down here. If they do, they do. There's nothing I can do to stop it, right? So, yep. Sure. We just need to make sure we hit our land drop. If we hit our land drop for Cutter, it's awesome. We didn't hit it. Let's find our land for the turn. Thank you. I'm gonna bounce this Voice of Victory right now. Try to tempo them out. And then we're gonna play this Cori Steel Cutter next turn. If they want to play Voice of Victory again, that's fine by me. What is this? One more tokens your opponent's control enter for each of them. Create a tap token that's a copy of it. That's an interesting card I haven't seen played before. So they get to make monks as well. Okay. Okay. So... This is now... not a list I thought it was. And I think we're actually... in a bad spot here now. I'm gonna not do anything this turn. This is an interesting... That's interesting cutter tech. I get hit for 6? Sure. Sure. Alright, so we are gonna lose this one, by the way. Because I didn't... know this is what they were playing. So do they make a copy of this? And drain me? What it... Okay. I'm just dead, right? I think I'm just dead. I didn't expect this to be an aggro deck. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Sure. Okay, so this is a tokens list? Okay, so we don't want these now. We want this back. We want these. I'm gonna cut a Flood Maw? Sure. I'm keeping this. I don't like that I'm keeping this, though. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I'm keeping this. Okay. They're gonna have a Duress. Okay, no Duress. Play Cutter number 1. Then we can play Cutter number 2 plus Opt. Cutter number 2, Opt. Take action, take action. We're gonna do this. We kind of want to just stock up Monstrous Rage. That's perfect. Okay, they have nothing this turn. Temporary lockdown? No, just Enduring Innocence. Okay, that's fine. Stock up. We'll just take Sleight of Hand, Monstrous Rage. I think we're going fast enough this time that it doesn't matter. They could have a board wipe, but even if they have a board wipe at this point, I'm swinging for 1,000,000. Like, I'm hitting them for 13 here. This is just the power of Cori Steel Cutter, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. Even if they temporary lockdown, I'm just Slick Shot, Show Off, Monstrous Rage, Sleight of Hand. We just win. We just win next turn. I don't know a world in which we don't. Okay. I mean, that does suck for me. But it doesn't matter. Show Off. We're just so ahead. Bounce their Beza. Because we can. Get like 17 million triggers. Yes, I BM a lot when I play this, by the way. And I'm going to. I don't know why, but playing this deck just makes me an angry person. I also like seeing big numbers. Alright, that's 1 win. I'm gonna keep a tracker below me that's just a very basic text tracker, but I figured it'd be, you know, a nice thing to have. So I'm gonna put a little number below me. That's how many wins. That's our record, probably. And we'll just keep going with the deck. I mean, Cutter is pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing fancy about this list. It's just how many games can we win with it. Alright, game 2. Swiftspear, Cutter, Dreadmire's R. Yep, I'll keep this. I like this hand. I like this hand a lot. I don't know what we're playing into, but... I mean, this is also... So this is also the thing with Cutter, right? And this is the thing that Jeremy says all the time. I don't know what they just said. I didn't read their comment. But it's just like, Cutter is... You don't have to use your brain. Like, you really don't. There's not much brain involved in playing this deck. Human. They play a sniper. I don't really want to trade with that, but I'm gonna have to. I assume they're trading with me. Yep. Okay. That works. I mean, I have just Swiftspear Opt next turn to turn Cutter on, or I could just Swiftspear Ire and then turn Cutter on, then turn after that with Opt. Or with Ire plus whatever. There's a few different options here. We'll see what their Voice of Victory. Alright, so we're gonna Swiftspear. Then I'm gonna Opt. And then we're probably actually popping the Shredmaw's Ire to get rid of this Voice of Victory if they let me. We'll see, though. We'll see if they block. They might not block. We're still popping it, though. Well, we can't Spell Pierce. Whatever, we'll just do this. I can't Spell Pierce because they have Voice of Victory. So... Our Spell Pierces are dead. So, we want to try to draw something to trigger Cutter again, plus having Ire. Okay. Devil Rain. They pop our Cutter. It's fine. We know what's gonna happen, right? We should expect it. But now it doesn't really matter what we do. So we can go Draycatcher. And then just swing, and we can bounce the Voice of Victory to keep the Lorraine. Or to get rid of the Lorraine. They're not gonna do anything. I do think we're bouncing Voice of Victory here, so they have to play it next turn. Plus we get Prowess triggers. If they play Voice again, which is fine, then we have Draycatcher with an Ire. We get to destroy an artifact. I don't think we're really gonna care about the artifact part. We'll see what they play here. This is white-green humans? Kind of confused by this list at the moment, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's Voice of Victory again. I assume that was gonna get replayed. We kind of want to just start... Oh, with an Innkeeper's Talent. Okay. What are they gonna put it on? Probably Lorraine. They put it on Voice, make it 2/4. Okay. We draw Stock Up. I'm gonna play Stock Up because I should be able to hit a red source for this Ire. And then that gives us more on Draycatcher. We actually didn't hit anything for Ire, so we're gonna... They could double block my Draycatcher. We're actually just gonna take this turn off, I think, so we're just gonna take this and this. We're gonna play the Spire Bluff, and we're gonna chill for a turn. There's just nothing we can do here. Like, they're gonna let us both draw a card. We draw a mountain. We can try to just have, like, a big Draycatcher pop-off turn. I don't know what they do here. It could just be level up. And then their voice gets big. They play an Ankle Biter. Okay. Sure. They play a second Ankle Biter. Okay, sure. I mean, yeah, I guess. Okay. They give it ward. And I can block the 1/1s. I probably won't. I'm probably just taking 5 here. I just take 5? I mean, this Drake Hatcher is going to do a lot of work no matter what. The Ankle Biters kind of suck. They get to block 2 things. I have to... So this can destroy... This is artifacts, so that doesn't matter. Alright. There's no world in which I win, right? Trying to do math here. They're double blocking. So... This is 1, 2, 3... I think I can full control counter my own spell with Spell Pierce and then cancel it. So that's 3 Prowess triggers on everything. So we want to give... Can I give Trample to both? I can. So... Put Trample here, submit 1. Pay with a red. Then we... Spell Pierce. My Monstrous Rage. Yes. Submit 1. Then we pay with a blue. Then we resolve. I have to full control this correctly for it to matter. Resolve. 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 Decline to pay. Oh, no, I have to pay. Shoot. I have to pay. If I pay, I think I win. Because then I get Monstrous Rage trigger, and then I get Trample on 2 creatures. Shoot. I had it, and I misplayed. I had it, and then I misplayed. Because this gets Trample... This swings in for 4. Yeah, this gets trampled and we win. Dang it. I have to pay the 2 for Spell Pierce. I have to pay the 2 for Spell Pierce. Once I pay the 2 for Spell Pierce, then I'm good. And my brain just didn't process that in the moment. I had the play in my head. And I just couldn't actually get the play on paper. Let's play a Frenzy. We have, like, no enchantment removal. I'm debating if I want to just play, like, 2 links here. I think I'm going to. Oh, I had the play, but I have to pay the 2, not decline. That's where my problem was there. I need to remember that declining means it gets countered. If you pay the 2, then it just goes away, and then you Monstrous Rage, get Trample. I have Trample on everything, and I win. And I just, I'm mad at myself that I misplayed that bad. I had the line. I did the full control, so it let me counter my own spell, and I just forgot to pay the 2. I, like, set up my mana right for it and everything, and then I just forgot to pay the 2 like a dum-dum. That's 100% on me. That is just my fault entirely, and it shouldn't have happened. Like, we should have been fine. If you can't tell, I'm very annoyed with myself on that one. I am going to keep this. I'm super extra annoyed with myself about that turn. Because I had that turn mapped out, and we should be up a game in this matchup right now. And my brain just couldn't process the turn well enough. I just couldn't process the turn in my head. And that's on, like, that's an on me thing, right? Like, I need to be able to process what I'm doing in that turn, and I just couldn't. I'm gonna start with a Sleight of Hand to see if we can hit a land. Can I target my own? No, I can't. Sure. Destroy Evil is a card. We cannot hit a land. I'm gonna take this, then. I am just Monstrous Raging the Sphere. If we lose this game because I misplayed, I will be very mad at myself. Sure, Voice of Victory. If they just play it again, we just hope to draw a land. We didn't draw a land, but we drew a talent, so we can get double triggers. And then if they play it again, we just double attack and we get to frenzy it. And then they lose. Oh, this game should be over. We should have won 2-0. I had the win in my hands and I just couldn't... I couldn't read it. Oh, I just hit the wrong button, truthfully. That's annoying. Dang it. I'm extra mad at myself about this now, because we would have just won the game. We would be 2-0 right now, but I just misplayed so utterly hard that it doesn't matter, and now I have to win a game 3 on the draw. Oh, I should have had that very easily. I will keep this. They mulliganed twice already. They mulligan a third time, I feel good. We have talent on 1 with opt on 2. They mulligan to... Okay. Storm Chaser's talent. Say go. Play your voice on 2, please. I beg you. Nothing on 2, huh? I'm gonna opt. Get a prowess trigger. We'll actually take the talent. We'll play a second one. Now we have Witch Stalker Frenzy next turn if we need it. I mean, if I eat a kill spell on this token, I do. Ride's End, sure. Ride's End it is. I'd like to just get to stock up next turn, if they let me. They play Ankle Biter. I think I'm down to just stock up. I think I'll stock up and then we'll decide if we're trading or not. There's a show off too. I think we're actually gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. Because then we have Frenzy plus Monstrous Rage next turn. So if they play Ankle Biter, we can Witch Stalker Frenzy it and Monstrous Rage with a show off. If they play something scarier than that, then we just Witch Stalker Frenzy that. They're gonna hit my Spire Bluff. Okay, it's fine. We just go get... Okay, so I want double red here. Just go get a mountain. They're gonna play Ankle Biter, I presume. We're gonna go show off, Frenzy, Rage, probably? I might not even play the Rage. I might just hold the Rage. So we're gonna go show off into talent. Then we're gonna swing and frenzy their Ankle Biter. Trigger everything. They take 8. And then I should have stock up plus Monstrous Rage. It's very rare that stock up doesn't hit a land that we can play. They could have a way to clear my board, which then could get scary. They're just playing an Overlord. Okay, so we win. Understood. Let's just go Sleight of Hand. We'll take a second Rage and we just win. Okay. I didn't throw the game completely. Thank goodness I didn't throw the game completely. I was really nervous that after I screwed up that Spell Pierce hand, I had thrown the game. But I didn't. Alright, we won. Oh, the wanting me to keep this hand this high, but we need at least 2 lands. Alright, we keep this and we ditch the Chivalry. Oh, let's just ditch the island. We need 2 lands in our opening hand. It has to happen that way for me to feel comfortable. So it's just here. I'd like to play Drake Hatcher and then just have a bunch of spells up. Switch Sphere might go away. They play Iron Crag. Is this... What is this? Do I know what this is? I don't know if I know what this is. Is this a lockdown list? Oh, this is a synthesizer list. Alright, we need to gift them a... We need to gift them a fish this turn, by the way. And we're actually probably gifting them a fish next turn, too. We need to bounce synthesizer. Synthesizer can get out of hand very quickly, and we don't want to have to deal with it. But we can give them a tap fish again. We can make a 2/2 flyer, and I think we can just kind of win. They're going to play Battlefront. This can get bad for us very quickly. Okay, they get Synthesizer plus... Yeah. Make it 2/2. We can bounce their 4/4. The question is, can I win this turn? Because I kind of have to. I need to be able to deal 10 damage. We need to draw land. I need to find the land off of this. We found the land. I think we can now. Giving Reef, Blood Maw, bounce their token, auto pay, swing. Whatever they block, we give trample. Takes... Yeah, they die. Okay. Alright. We have to go fast against this deck. This is the Synthesizer Solemn Akram. Makes a bunch of tokens really, really quickly. It can get really out of hand. So there's a few things we need to do here. We need to take our Burst Lightning out. We need to take our Ire out. Actually, we might keep Ire. We're playing another Spell Pierce. We're playing a Braid. I think we're playing this Ire, actually. And we are cutting... What am I cutting? What am I cutting? I need to make a cut. I'm gonna cut... I kind of want to cut a Sleight of Hand. I think I'm going to. Actually, you know what? We're gonna cut a Flood Mod, too. And I'm gonna play this other Spell Pierce. I want to keep this, but is it fast? It's not fast enough. We'll keep this. I'm gonna ditch this show off. We're gonna hope for a land. We're gonna hope for a land. Honestly, draw running lands or lose. Not even joking. That's not what we want, but it kind of works. I think we might be too slow. We might be too slow. If they just play it next turn, I think we just lose. Like, I know it sounds like I'm... Okay, so they just have a snare. Actually, Perilous Snare is probably the best thing they could have there. Let's just Cori Steel Cutter. Let's Talent. If this was the token creator, we are sad. Like, we are the saddest person ever. It not being the token creator gives us a little bit of more time. That's bad. That is bad. Sure. Like Cutter. We're gonna just Monstrous Rage early here. Get a Cutter trigger. Make our Hatchling. Get a bunch of counters on it. If they want to block my 2/2 and take 6, they block my 2/2 and take 6. Sure. Fine by that. It was a perilous snare. I get 6 counters on my hatch. They just play Cryptic Coat again next turn. I get to Drake Hatcher twice. They have so much mana though. Look at the top 7 cards I already put up to X artifact. Okay. Sure. I should be able to respond. Sure. Alright, let's go here. Let's go Drake Catcher. Go Sleight of Hand. Let's take... I'm gonna take the op. Which means I have to take a turn off here, but I'm still hitting for 6. They go to 5. Alright, so there's a synthesizer. 3 or greater, they get to make it. So they can make 2 blockers. I have 2 flyers. There's a battlefront. Okay, this could get bad. It depends on what they hit here. I mean, we have opt into a lot of things, so... Okay, yep. Alright, so our flyers have to win the game. Our flyers have to win the game. I need to... They have 4 blockers. I need to hit a Monstrous Rage. I did, in fact, not hit a Monstrous Rage. They go to 1. I don't think they murder me. Yep. They don't have trample. They have 1 card in hand. I take 14. I go to 3. I have 2 flyers. I win. Sure. Pay 2 more. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. We can go Cori Steel into Drake Hatcher into just like stock, like opt stock up. I don't think it's horrible. Opponent mulligans to 6. Plays a mountain and a heartfelt hero. Okay. I'm gonna play a mountain and a swift spear. I'm going to offer this trade. Yeah. This kind of changes how I want to play this now, by the way. Sure, you hit me for 3. Because now I want to just cutter this turn. We just have to race. So now we're just going... Opt, see what land we hit. If we hit a land. And if their play is just Village Hero again, I don't care. I just have to try to win this race. Okay. Manifold Mouse does suck. Because there's a chance we can't win this race. But I'm not blocking. So I take 6. They play another hero. Okay. Why did I do that? I show off in the bin. Opt. Need to find a red card. We would have found the island, which would have been fine. Didn't find the red card. We lose, by the way. We just lose game 1. I don't know why I played the Thundering Pulse. I knew I shouldn't have played it. We're just in a bad spot. I'm actually probably just conceding from here. Yeah, I'm going to. We're going to concede here, and we're going to get set up to play against this deck. We have the pieces in our sideboard. We just have to do some changes. So, Spell Pierce is gone. Ire's gone. Push Towers come in. And we just, I mean, we cut our show-offs. Because we just want a Pyroclasm. Alright, on the play. Sword Spear Cutter. Yes, we keep this any day of the week. They're mulliganing. I mean, they have to mulligan hard here. They have to be able to race us, so they have to have their initial plays. But we just have... I mean, we just have turns here. Iron Claw, sure. I take one. Oh, you're gonna not attack with it. Interesting. Swing for 2, you gonna block? Didn't think so. Be very surprised if they did. Emberheart Challenger, sure, I take 4. Sure. Storm Chaser's talent? Sleight of hand. Triggers. I'm actually going to take this Torch Tower and pop this Challenger right now. Sleight of hand should be able to draw us into a, like, all the spells in our deck cost 3 or less. So as long as we don't hit double, like, as long as we don't hit double land, we're fine. Defensive Screaming Nemesis is insane. We hit Burst Lightning, so none of this really matters. I'm just gonna take this and bounce the Screaming Nemesis and we win. Yep. Okay, game 3. Oh, this is kind of slow, but I'm keeping it. We have Drake Hatcher with stock up. We can talent on 1. I'm gonna keep. Drake Hatcher's a good blocker. They don't have a turn 1 play, we're happy. Alright, Hired Claw is actually perfectly fine. We just play Talent and passed. And then we play Drake Hatcher, which can block the Hired Claw for at least a turn. And then we can just go stock up into that after that. Okay. They have no play here. I take 1. No blocks. Do they not draw a land? They have nothing? There's the second village. There's a hero. Okay. We're gonna just play the Drake Hatcher. And we're probably gonna play stock up. I'm probably taking a turn off and playing stock up. I guess we could also just Storm Chaser talent opt. And then have stock up the turn after. They play Screaming Nemesis. Sure. Alright, well now we hit Cutter, which actually changes the math a lot. Because we can play Cutter this turn. Plus opt. Now we're trading with Screaming Nemesis. We actually don't want that land on top. Now we're trading with Screaming Nemesis here and here. We have Monstrous Rage. If they want a Screaming Nemesis and hit my Drake Hatcher again, that's fine. Like, we're okay with that. Okay, they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna hit me. Okay. So now I have stock up Monstrous Rage next turn. And I have a talent as well. I think I'm in a good spot here. Okay, they play a mouse, which does suck, because this hero's gonna hit me. Hero hits me for 4. That's fine. They do nothing. Now they're sad, because we play Shivan Reef, Storm Chaser's talent to start. We play... I need full control. Alright, don't screw up the full control this time. We play Pyroclasm. Resolves. 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 Play Pyroclasm, we play Monster Trade, we win. Oh, this is kind of slow, but I'm keeping it. We have Drake Hatcher with stock up. We can talent on one. I'm gonna keep. Drake Hatcher's a good blocker. They don't have a turn one play, we're happy. Alright, Hired Claw is actually perfectly fine. We just play talent and pass. And then we play Drake Hatcher, which can block the Hired Claw for at least a turn. And then we can just go stock up into that after that. Okay. They have no play here. I take one. No blocks. Do they not draw a land? They have nothing? Okay. There's the second village. There's a hero. Okay. We're gonna just play the Drake Hatcher. And we're probably gonna play stock up. I'm probably taking a turn off and playing stock up. I guess we could also just Storm Chaser talent opt. And then have stock up the turn after. They play Screaming Nemesis. Sure. Alright, well now we hit Cutter, which actually changes the math a lot. Because we can play Cutter this turn. Plus opt. Now we're trading with Screaming Nemesis. We actually don't want that land on top. Now we're trading with Screaming Nemesis here and here. We have Monstrous Rage. If they want a Screaming Nemesis and hit my Drake Hatcher again, that's fine. Like, we're okay with that. Okay, they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna hit me. Okay. So now I have stock up Monstrous Rage next turn. And I have a talent as well. I think I'm in a good spot here. Okay, they play a mouse, which does suck, because this hero's gonna hit me. Hero hits me for 4. That's fine. They do nothing. Now they're sad, because we play Shivan Reef, Storm Chaser's talent to start. We play... I need full control. Alright, don't screw up the full control this time. We play Pyroclasm. Resolves. 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 Play Pyroclasm, we play Monster Trade, we win. Okay, so I know I said we were going to play these decks until they lose, but Cutter is a deck that you legitimately could build in Bronze and play all the way up to Mythic, and you're not going to lose that often if you play right and you know the deck. Now, obviously, we would lose eventually, but I'm already 5-0, and I don't think you want to just sit through watching me play the same game over and over and over again, because really, I kind of showed the only lines that are kind of spicy. We did the Spell Pierce line that I screwed up, and then we did the Pyroclasm line. Besides that, it's a pretty straightforward deck. So, as much as, yes, I could sit and play Cutter all day, and, I mean, 25% of everyone who plays on Arena could play Cutter, I don't think that you want to watch a, 3-hour-long video of someone playing Cutter. So, we're going to end it here. I'm just going to say, there's a very good reason why Izzet Cutter is 25% of the meta. Izzet Cutter is an amazing deck. It plays super well. Cori Steel Cutter is an amazing card. There's a bunch of great things you can do. We didn't play into, any super meta lists, but truthfully, Izzet Cutter is 25% of the meta, and then everything else is 4 or 5%. So it makes sense, right? And we played against Red Deck Wins, which is the next highest percentage of meta deck. I think it's at 10 or 11 last I checked. And so it doesn't matter. With that in mind, because we just played Cutter, we're not going to play Red Deck Wins right after, even though it is the second highest in terms of percentage. I just don't want to play 2 aggro decks on the channel in a row. But if you enjoyed, please Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends and family. We are preparing to gear up a lot for Final Fantasy. We're doing 7 videos this week. We will continue to do 7 videos a week going forward. We're getting streams set up. We're doing all of that right now. So please, please, please join the Discord to see when we go live, see when a YouTube video gets posted, all of that stuff. Plus, give us your deck ideas for Final Fantasy. I want to play deck techs of the randomest Final Fantasy decks ever. So thank you guys so much and have a great day.